Hey, hi, welcome back. Now let's start with the part 2 of Introduction to Schematic Editor. So from this video, we are going to start with the different options, which are available in toolbar. But out of all the available options in this video, I'm going to explain most important tool, which is add parts. So let's start with this video now. Now let me explain these all tools which are actually most essential while creating this schematic. Now in order to explain all these tools, what I'm going to do, first of all I'm going to start with this tool which is add part, and later I will start with these tools step by step. Because in order to explain these tools, first of all I have to grab some components on the schematic editor, and by using those components I'm going to explain the working of the different tools which are available in this toolbar. So I will just click on this add parts, so it's going to take little time. Now add parts means what? So while creating the schematic, you will need different components like resistor, capacitor, some ICs. So add parts is basically the option in which all these components will be available. So these are actually called as library. So this is library. Again, all these are actually the libraries which are integrated inside the Eagle software. So once you install the Eagle software, then all these libraries are going to be the default libraries, and using these libraries you can actually create your schematic. Now one more thing that I want to tell you here is, it's not like all the components which are available in this world will be available in this integrated library. No, it's not like that. Some of the components will be available, and if let's say that X component is not available, then you have to download that component and import it in this schematic editor or in the Eagle library. And how to do that, I have dedicated a separate lecture for that. So I will explain that there in detail. So right now just focus on this add parts option. Now here you can see there are actually multiple libraries. Now here you will have a question that which component is placed at what location? How will I know that, right? So this is actually a very valid question from a beginner's point of view or a newbie's point of view. Even when I was getting started at that point, I also had this question. Now solution to this particular question is, when you will create multiple schematics, then only you will get to know what component is placed at what location. You will find that there is actually a search option here, but this search option is actually not that good. So this is actually from my experience. I never use this search option. This is basically the worst feature of the Eagle, I would say. So for example, let's say that if you want a resistor or capacitor from this library, then you should know where that resistor or capacitor is placed in this entire library. Now at this point in time you will feel like it's very difficult, but once you create multiple schematics or once you work on multiple design, then you will automatically get habitual and you will know like what component is placed at what location. So right now you just continue with this training, and automatically till the end of this training you will actually know what component is placed where. So let's get back to the point and let's take some components. So I'm going to grab two components. The first one is going to be the IC, and that IC is basically the most popular IC, and you also know the name of that IC, which is actually NE555DR. Now here inside this library you can see there are multiple ICs. So it's not like all the ICs which are available in this world, all those ICs will be available inside this library. No, it's not like that. Some of the ICs or popular ICs are available inside this library, and most of the ICs will not be available. So as I told you, in that case you have to download those libraries from the external website, and then you have to integrate those libraries in this software. And I also told you that I have dedicated a separate lecture for that, so there I will discuss that. So now quickly let's get this component NE555. And on right hand side, if you see, this is actually the symbol of NE555 IC. This is how the symbol look like. And this symbol will be present, or this symbol will be available in the schematic editor. And using this particular symbol, we are going to create this schematic. This is called as footprint of this particular symbol. And third part is 3D model. So library is going to have three components: symbol, okay, symbol, then footprint, and then 3D model. But in this course, we are just going to focus on the symbol and footprint. We are not going to deal with the 3D model. So I will just talk about this symbol and footprint in this entire training. Okay. So now let's select this option and E555, and in order to get this IC on the schematic editor, I'm just going to click on OK. So you can see here now this symbol is actually stuck to my pointer. Okay. So wherever I will go, this symbol will come with me. Now in order to place this particular symbol on the schematic editor, I have to click on left click. So once I do that, you can see here that symbol is now placed on the schematic editor. Now in order to get rid of this particular symbol, what I have to do, I have to press the escape button. Now once I press the escape button again, the software is going to give me the provision to select another component. So let's not select the IC now, let's select the resistor. Now whenever I have to select a resistor, I will go to this particular library which is called as RCL. RCL stands for resistor, capacitor, and L stands for inductor. Now you can see here there are actually multiple libraries for capacitors. So this is actually the library, European library for capacitor. This is the US library for capacitor. Then this is the European library for resistor. This is the US library for resistor. Whenever I have to select a resistor, I actually use the European library. Okay. So let me select one resistor. Actually you can see here there are actually multiple types of resistor. Okay. You can see the footprints of those resistor. Although the symbol is going to be the same for all the resistors, but if you see the footprint is going to be the different. Okay. So it's going to be based on the type of resistor that you will use in your design. And we have already discussed that there are through-hole resistor and SMD resistor. But in this training, I'm just going to deal with the SMD resistor. So straight away, I will select the SMD resistor. So you can see here, this is basically the SMD resistor 0 to 01. We discussed that there are multiple packages for SMD resistor. 0 to 01 is 1, then 0402, then 0603 and 0805. Okay. So at this moment, I will select this 0805 package, and you can see this is how the symbol of 0805 package look like, and this is the footprint for 0805, and this is how the 3D model look like. Okay. So I will select this library, and after that I will click on OK. Now I will place this resistor. Again, to place this resistor on the schematic editor, I am going to click on left click of mouse, and so you can see resistor is placed. So let me quickly place multiple resistors. So 2, 3 and 4. So this much resistors are enough for our experiment. Okay. Now in order to get rid of this resistor symbol, again I will press escape, and now I don't want any other component. So I will just click on cancel. Okay. So we have 5 components with us now, and these many components are actually enough to explain the functionality of all the available options. So we are done with this add part option now, and from next video we will start with all these options one by one. Okay. So I hope that everything that we discussed is clear to you. So that's what I wanted to discuss in this video. Now I will see you in next video.